Okay, semi-finals of the Open event. On table 4, Callum Singleton, Arfan Dad. Callum Singleton, Arfan Dad on table 4. On table number 1, Scott Gillespie, Josh Kane. Scott Gillespie, Josh Kane on table number 1.
Scott played once, and that was when he played Shane Thompson in the first round, and he looked like he was struggling for a bit of form, but he definitely isn't now. He's found it again. Such a danger in any field. A player that, by his own admission, was just struggling to cue the ball. What a game this promises to be. Scott obviously wins the lag and he breaks off in frame 1, and he's potted a red. You can see the likely choice would probably be yellows, albeit the reds aren't horrendous. Two balls on the left side cushion, and he's going to want to take both of those very, very early in this clearance. I think he can land on one of them now. Actually, the ball closest to us on the left side cushion potentially could leave that as the ball to get on the black. I think he'd probably want to try and get it off earlier than that. He's just working out the order he wants to take them. yellow to top left. Screw probably just past where he is now, somewhere adjacent to the left middle pocket, and take the other one into bottom left. Would that be the plan? I think there's a few different ways you can take these. So, yes, landed on it well. Similar shot to play. So it'd be interesting to hear everyone's predictions, and this could be a very close game between two players who have played well throughout the weekend. And I'm joined by Scott again. Scott, what's your prediction for this one?
This weekend I've noticed that Josh seems to have taken it a lot more serious this weekend, and seems really focused. So I think it'll be a close one thing. I think it's going to be 7-6 either way. Scott's also playing very well, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, far. He's getting the results. The only game I saw was against Shane Thompson. He really, it was a slog for him. He was really struggling to and really trying to play himself into form throughout that. And it obviously worked because he's carved his way through the field to get to this point, and taken some good wins along the way. But you're absolutely right. The difference for me in Josh this weekend, even last night when I saw him about 1 a.m, he wasn't drinking, and I think he feels that he's playing well. He didn't want to spoil it by having a session last night and waking up with a hangover. And
I mean, something else I overheard last night at the bar was he was obviously with his good friend Danny Davies and all the Leicester boys, and they would get the beers in. And they asked Josh what he wanted, and he asked for an orange cordial. So that was, I think that kind of tells his own story. So he's fully focused and fancying the job.
Cueing the ball really well. It's got to be said.
By all accounts, he's a relentless practicer as well. So I think this weekend especially he wants to make the most of that practice that he's been putting in prior to this tournament. This looks pretty much dot to dot as well here. I mean, once he drops the red in the right middle and stuns over, then he's got red into the bottom right hand corner, red into the bottom left, and then the black. So
yeah, just needs still tight cue ball control. If it's one of those clearances, if he lands just a few inches out, it could be.
It changes it completely.
Yeah, it does.
Right. Yep.
This looks good.
And the other semi-final, it's Callum Singleton versus
Arfan.
Right. Okay. Yep.
Arfan Dad. It's just up on table 4.
Arfan's been in great form the last few months as well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Was it 2 events that he won on the IPA, or was it 2 finals?
2 finals, yeah.
2 finals, yeah. He's definitely got that cue ball under tight control here. I missed the first frame, Nick. Apologies. What happened in the first frame? Obviously, Scott won it, but was it a break and dish, or was it?
Yeah,
It
Yeah.
was, okay, so this is back-to-back then
Yep.
to start the semi?
It wasn't
Right,
a it wasn't a gimme. It was one that Scott had to make, but everything was on. But a couple balls were near that side rail, didn't phase him at all. Took out a nice clearance, and Josh has done the same. Again, another clearance that he would expect to make, but it's one of those that, you know, if you're not absolutely at the top of your game, just a few inches either way on a positional shot, and suddenly you're in trouble.
And also, semi-final stage, you want to show your opponent that you're up for it as well, don't you? By, you know, if he had gone wrong there and Scott goes 2-0 up, and then it's Scott's break next, then all of a sudden it could be 3-0 down in no time. So.
The Jason Owen Open and the ladies event going on in the background. All the tables still active.
See the cue ball there? Leapt up in the air off the break.
Bit of anger in that.
That's a superb break. Look at those yellows. Wow.
Absolutely pummeled that front ball.
I'm sure you'll see it. Well, yeah.
So a couple of games being caught up from round 3 of the Jason Owen Open. Just over on table 2, you can see Dylan Leary back in action. He was playing in the main event, so he's catching up against Rich Wharton. Rich Wharton's currently 2-1 up in that. Ladies event, you can see Lauren Williams over on table 14.
We watched the Callum Singleton Dylan Leary game in the quarterfinal, and Callum was exemplary, barely missed a ball, and tactically he was so good. Because quite a few of the frames went quite scrappy in that, and yeah, his tactical knowledge was really good.
He's having another good weekend. He's got an obstacle in the Jason Owen in Phil Harrison. That's his next game in that, but he's currently in action, as I mentioned, on table 4 against Arf and Dad.
Scott's just taking his time here just to make sure he picks out the route he wants to take. I'm pretty sure it's yellows here, Nick, because I don't see a first red. I would have thought he would just maybe drop the yellow in over the pocket in bulk, and then take the one to the middle, and those 2 yellows on the left-hand side. If the left-hand one goes past the other one, then pretty sure he takes these out.
Yeah, I think just being absolutely clear about the route he wants to take, so taking his time over plotting the course. It looks fairly simple, and as you say, the key being that yellow. If it goes, it is.
I'm sure it must. Well, he's got a choice. He can play for the back one, but I think he's played for the left-hand one of the 2, isn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe just stun back into the red,
I think so, yeah.
or even just across the face of it for the other one. It's entirely his choice here. Well, he's going for the back one, so maybe it was tighter than we thought. Oh, I'm so deceived. Did you think he was going for the back one then?
I wasn't sure, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Regardless, he's absolutely prime position here, isn't he?
Yeah, sometimes it's difficult to pick the angle when you're watching on a screen.
Just a stun shot and then screw up past middle pocket and straight black in the middle.
No mistakes made so far. This is going to be one of those matches. He's decided on the break, I think.
I think you're right.
3 break and clears.
So 4 players remaining. I know it's tough, but who's your pick to win the event?
I think Josh.
Okay. Yep.
I think if he wins here, he carries so much confidence into the final. And
be interesting if he plays his good friend Callum in the final as well. I don't know if they've. obviously played each other a number of times over the years. I wonder who's got the best head-to-head with each other.
Arfan's taken the first frame against Callum.
Ball down. Possibly yellow to middle. Yellow and bulk looks like it's on. Just having a quick look now.
Yeah.
Again, it's chances there, isn't it, for another clearance?
It certainly looks it. Pretty sure he's got the line through to the one to middle first, and then it really just depends on whether he's decided that yellow does pass.
I mean, with the reds, I mean you got the plant over distance, but you still got the issue of that awkward red up in the on the bulk line. So pretty sure you'll take yellows here.
One frame each now in Arf and Dad Callum Singleton.
Okay, so Josh has taken the yellows. Do you think he might take these two out of the bottom first?
Yeah,
purely because he's got a sort of an awkward angle on that yellow in the top corner, isn't he? Because he needs to come out perfect for the one on the bulk line. Yeah, so he's going to work his way back up. He's got a nice angle in there. He can actually play up for that yellow that's on the bulk line now.
Yeah.
So just past the middle pocket with the cue ball.
It does look tight, doesn't it? It looks tight to find the bottom angle, but he's obviously decided it goes.
Lovely bit of left-hand side. I think he's absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
He's even got the angle to be able to pop the yellow and down the rail next and screw down the table. So yeah.
Yeah, you can see.
If you want to place it with your hand, you could put it there, wouldn't you?
You can see Scott Gillespie in the background tapping in appreciation of that.
Got a nice big area to screw into here. Snazzy old shoe Scott's got on this evening.
Yeah, well, both of them. Probably
perfection pull then so far.
Probably combined cost of those 4 shoes is the price of a family car. It's definitely a shoe off.
Shoes I'm wearing and probably buy a Ryan Robin with them. Ryan Robin with those. So okay, we're going for a fifth perfect frame.
I don't see why not. As I say, it's all about the break, and Scott has a huge break.
Something I noticed this year on the tour, Nick, as well, I know it's something you've picked up on as well, is it's been quite an even spread with the success of world rules as such and IPA players.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been good to see, it's been good to see the IPA guys have embraced this tour as much as they would do their own.
Yeah,
the success of Jack Whelan, Clint as well. I mean, Clint won a challenge event, didn't he?
Yeah.
The Jason Owen, I should say.
Yeah, it's been great.
The IPA guys have definitely come across and put their stamp on this as well.
Look at the way those balls split. Such great timing.
Thinking yellows, but
just that one problem, isn't it?
Mm.
Do you know, I think
probably reds actually.
I think because of that one ball, I think the reds connect better.
The first reds, it's either a tricky yellow to the top left or it's the longish plant, isn't it? red onto red.
Yeah.
I think if he gets the red onto red, it's there again, isn't it? Then it's the issue with the black.
Yeah. And the problem with the reds are those two in the middle of the table. They obviously don't go to the natural pocket, the right centre. So if you do go reds, then see the plant's offset as well, isn't it? Isn't great.
I think because of the yellow that's down here towards the bottom, well, as we're looking now on the screen, the bottom right, that's a really awkward yellow, isn't it? So I think red's just about sway the choice. Yeah, it's got a red so you can cut back to the middle as well. So of the two that are in a direct line towards this bottom middle as we're looking, the bottom red will cut in. That might be his easiest pot actually out of the what he's got a choice of.
That's what he's taking.
Is he playing that or is he playing the plant?
I think
he's playing that one, yeah.
Playing the cut.
There we go. Every chance, I think, from now.
Yeah, that works.
So I think the red that's nearest the black, as we're looking now, is probably going to be his last ball for the black. The issue is it only seems to have two pockets, which is top left and top right. What you said a minute ago as well. Those two reds are awkward, aren't they? Even though they look in the open.
Yeah.
Nice shot here, possibly, is to pop this red over the left corner, come across and just give the yellow a little nudge. Move that out of the way, and then he'll leave a red for the middle, and it opens that pocket up as well.
Yep. Yeah, that's not a bad shot actually.
Okay, so he's going to play the red off the yellow, maybe just try and push a yellow safe into the left middle.
Yeah. I think these two yellows actually, I think they both pass to bottom right, but it's the one to the left of the black. And then obviously you need a ball to be able to get onto the black as well.
I still think that red that's nearest the black now is the most awkward one, not because of potting it, but just where you land to leave a shot for the black. And also the red on the top left, red into the top left next.
Yeah, could have a choice of either.
Yeah.
He's taking an uncharacteristic amount of time over the shots, isn't he? He really is quite determined this weekend.
Is he playing the development?
Yeah.
He is. Decides to play it full on. If anything, that's got a bit awkward now. That red's even worse, isn't it? Oh, he's on for the middle. What are we talking about?
Yeah, he's on for
past yellow. Yeah.
He's on for the middle.
He's got to take it now as well because he might not get back on it again.
He doesn't have an angle to get to the top of the table. I don't think. Can he?
Yeah,
I think he can avoid the black. Can he?
I think no. I can't. I think he can force this. I think he can top it through Nick and just go past the black. And even if he just feathers the black, it's not the worst.
No.
He's checking up. Maybe, yeah, I think you're probably right. Maybe he's going directly into it. But if he is, maybe just give the black a little nudge because it will still go past the yellow into the middle if it goes up the table a couple of inches.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's looking there to see where to land after he pots the second last red in the top right hand corner. Decent crowd tonight watching as well. Good to see.
A lot of interest.
Just down the line now, isn't it? Through the gap of everything.
He just basically took his medicine and left a thinner pot.
That black might even go in the middle, you know. It's difficult to tell from here. It might just go off the jaw and then off the yellow, if need be. Probably doesn't need to use that.
Should be able to see on the overhead. Maybe.
No, maybe not.
Still needs to get the pace of this right. Can't overhit it. Oh, he's missed.
Missed it thick. Still quite a tough out for Josh. He'll be glad to go back to the table, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's got the yellow
to bring it. Yeah, you're right.
near,
to bring it into play
near the left middle to bring it into play. So it just needs to. Yeah, he's looking now at what angle he needs. But that's going to be in a couple of shots' time.
I think he might be able to pinch off the one over the middle, right middle now. Maybe he can pinch the angle just to go above the black. Because he'd rather go into that yellow knowing that he's got these other balls down here as a backup.
Yeah. I mean, if he doesn't, he could take the one to right middle and then play the one to left middle,
and then
he's still got the one
on the bottom right. Yeah. Might be a little bit straight on that.
I think he's just got enough angle.
Oh, he's fine. He's pointed the cue there, so he's okay.
There's just enough there.
Just stun up the line here, really, as if he's sort of heading up towards the spot, the breaking spot. I don't think he's in love with this angle, Nick, because I think he would have played it by now.
I think you're right. Well, you are right.
He's gone for the reroute. Oh, he's played that really well. Had to make sure he's got the backup of the other one in the middle of the table in case it doesn't break out. The only issue here, you've got to be very careful we don't catch the yellow thin, because the white will then go up and knock the red in.
Yeah. And that is a real danger.
And he's got to play at a pace because he needs to make sure the yellow bounces off of the top cushion and comes back into play for him. Oh, it was tracking.
How well has he judged that there? That's
very well, yeah.
Super shot.
The thing is the white going a bit close to the black off this angle?
I think he's okay.
It just goes across it, maybe?
I think, yeah. Yeah, I think it's thin enough.
Just don't forget to pot the yellow. That's the most important part of the shot. I was absolutely fine. What we're talking about. It's looking like 3-2 to Josh then.
So one missed ball so far in the match, and it's Scott Gillespie who makes a mistake, and Josh Kane who takes advantage, and he now leads 3 frames to 2.
So it just appears that Josh has gone for a quick comfort break. Currently leading by 3 frames to 2 in this semi-final of tour number 4 at Daventry. Quick view of the room. As mentioned before, there's some Jason Owen matches in the background and the ladies competition as well. So Josh racking the balls, ready for frame number 6, leading by 3 frames to 2. Chance for Josh to impose himself on this match. He's cleared the first 2 of his breaks. Okay, although didn't seem like they were racked very well, he still managed to make a ball. Neither colour set favourable from where the cue balls landed. He might have to take this tricky red that he's nearest to middle pocket first. We've still got the issue of the red next to the yellow towards the bottom left-hand corner. Very cute angle on that first red though towards the left middle, so he may well might just play a safety shot here perhaps. Okay, so Josh has nominated yellows because he potted it on the break, so he is on yellows. Played a nice shot just to open up one of his potentially bad yellows, and just has the one bad yellow towards the left now. Scott's just having a look to see if there's any chance of a finish description from where his reds are. I mean, as it stands, the only bad red that he's got is towards the bottom left. All other reds have got a pocket. Just line up that plant to left middle. Needs to play at a decent pace to make sure that the red that he first hits comes away from the cushion afterwards. Might not have done too much damage there really. Pretty sure Josh can't get through to the yellow that's just above the black. That would be the ideal ball to pot and screw across to bring the red and yellow into play. There's a possibility of if Josh was to pot this yellow into the top, or the bottom right as we're looking, but the top right on the top of the table if we were looking from the bottom, then he could just turn across for the yellow into the middle, which he's overran. So I think the plan there is he wanted to finish short on that. He could have dropped that in, and then the yellow that's at the bottom of the table, just below the black, he could have used that to put into the bottom right-hand corner and to break out the red and yellow on the left-hand side. You can still pop this yellow off of the red into the left middle. See, he's a little bit frustrated because he knows he's overrun that a little bit. Yeah, there's a slight chance he might be able to sneak this in and come across 2 cushions. No, he kind of quit on that shot, really. I felt as if he hasn't quite mastered his disappointment from the previous positional shot. Didn't really give that the focus that we expect. Chance for Scott to counter-attack here. Again, everything in this frame, you know, is dependent on the red and yellow that are stuck together on the bottom right. It's been the same situation for both players since the start of the frame. It's tricky to see a safety option here for Scott, really. I think he's might be a little bit forced into trying to find a finish here. It's probably the same for both players at the moment, where this frame is. Although Josh has got the control to a certain degree because he has got the yellow, this side of the red on the bottom left. Yes, I think Scott's going to attack here. Possibility of maybe cross-doubling the red into the right middle, bringing the white down, because the red and yellow are not a plant. So he can come into that red and open it all up. If this one shot goes right, it could open up the whole frame for him. Maybe I was being a bit too aggressive. Not quite sure if that shot is on or not, but perhaps it is. Maybe he's play for it now, or he's going to... Okay, so maybe he's playing that shot now. Yeah, he's gone for that cross double. He actually caught the other red then, otherwise it would have gone down and split those open. White's finished in an awkward place now. I mean, he has got the pot to the bottom middle as we're looking. I can't see how he's going to get much control of the cue ball. Again, as I've previously mentioned, the whole frame has been dictated by that red and yellow. They're close together at the bottom of the table there. So we went for the cross double there and got the double kiss. Just wondering here if Josh might well just pop this yellow and just top the white through and then maybe just take control of that bottom corner. No, okay. Screwed up the table. I'm not sure if he meant to go further than that and make sure he left the angle on the yellow over the left middle to break those balls out. He's forced to take the yellow to left middle now. Okay, well, there's the angle. Seems to have the natural angle to bring this out, the only thing you've got to be wary of is that you don't end up sticking the white on top of the red.
Yeah, I think you want to go cushion first, don't you?
Yeah, that's the only thing I can see. Do you know what? He might
He's
well still be on
okay.
that.
I think he's been a bit lucky there.
The only thing is he's close to his work here, isn't he? He's got to get the cue out of the way really quickly after he hits the white onto the yellow.
Yeah, and still needs to hold the cue ball for the other yellow, so it's not absolutely straightforward.
It might. I think it's a lot thinner than it looks on the screen.
I like.
Oh, he's got these on this other. Oh, that's even better.
I like cushion first on that last shot, personally.
Oh, he's played that really well.
Oh, what a shot!
On inside, nice pace.
If he goes cushion first and the half ball's the red, I don't think he can fail to be on the yellow. But anyway, it's water under the bridge because
I think his route's a lot better, Nick, than you, where he's finished now.
yeah,
honestly, really nicely played that was.
A great recovery.
This is still fiddly as well, though. You know, you need to sort of stun out in between the two reds.
Yeah.
Easy to underhit it, leave yourself behind the red that he's closest to, or overhit it and screw the other one.
Unless you take him out of the equation and just come above them.
Oh, that's perfect.
Brilliant.
Yeah, very impressive so far.
Very classy.
Certainly a frame where it toed and froed. Each player had a chance in that frame at one stage or another. Josh is the one who takes a 4-2 lead going into frame number 7.
Realise that as we're Saturday evening, 9:20, people will be joining us throughout the evening. So welcome. Oh my God, that almost hurt my ears. The parries put into that. How unlucky is that?
It's very unlucky that it got kicked in that way.
Yeah, cue ball jumped in the air, back down, and got kicked straight into the pocket. Look at this. Look at the power.
How does it get kicked in from that side of the table?
Amazing. The power he's put into that.
I've got to say, if he can find the red, these are the way he's playing. These reds have gone, haven't they?
Yeah, it should be.
He's got the nice backup, knowing that he's got a couple of yellows that have gone safe-ish as well on the break.
He's got the opener to middle.
Yep. Red next to black as the last red. I've actually given this to him already.
It is there.
For me, Nick, the most important aspect of these top players are... Oh, he's got a horrendous kick there. That's awful. That cue ball stopped about 3 inches short of where he intended. Got a massive kick on that cue ball. Before that horrible kick, I was just about to say that the pattern play of the top players is so good, and how they spot the clearance so quickly.
Yeah. Good recovery.
I think that's the main difference between the top boys and us mere mortals, is we're trying to put our last red off 3 cushions because we snookered ourselves, and well, these top players just seem to have such good control over the cue ball. Even emphasised there, you know, such a simple looking shot, but if he goes too far, then all of a sudden it's not so easy to hold for the red to the middle.
I mean, the simple fact is he's just not making mistakes, and normally when you see Josh Kane and he's just slightly out of form, you get a few mistakes from him.
This is the Josh Kane for me that won the Masters in Blackpool a few years ago, you know, and sort of announced himself on the world stage as such. And this is that same player. Just screw past the black and into the yellow, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he can.
Very good. Next frame's huge for Scott, isn't it?
Yeah, massive.
6-2 or 5-3, it's kind of the difference, I think.
But you wonder if you get a chance, because it's going to be Josh's break. So it's, it is in that realm of a must-win frame for Scott. But if Josh keeps doing what he's doing, then who knows?
Frame number 7 it is then, Nick? Oh, sorry, frame number 8. Apologies.
Yep. He'll desperately want a big break. Wow, it tried twice.
Charmed.
Well, I've got to say, you know when your luck's in, because he did not time that at all well. He didn't get any kind of burst. The cluster's still around.
But they've actually broken
pack,
okay, haven't they?
But they've broken well.
Yeah.
And could have so easily. I mean, it hit both knuckles. It tried to go in the middle pocket. You know when it's your night. And I think you can firmly say it's Josh Kane's night at the moment.
Looking that way. So here for me, yellows look nice. It's just that one yellow that's in between the red and the black.
Yeah.
The reason I'm saying, 'cause I don't think the red in the bulk area will pass into the top left.
No. But it will go top right. I'm just wondering if that influences it, because the yellow you mentioned is horrible. I don't know how you get it out, and that has influenced his decision to go reds. It was just that one ball in the middle, nothing connected. It doesn't go anywhere, and almost impossible to get out. So,
although when Josh pops this red now, that yellow will come into play, so he'll need to get these, because he's going to open up the frame for Scott, isn't he, if he doesn't get these reds?
Well, maybe it does pass. It does, you know.
That's a great pace as well. He's played that. Look at the angles, perfect.
And how well is he just a cannon as well? It's, I thought you're absolutely right that didn't pass into top left, but you can see from there it does.
Seems to have gone a bit quiet in the background now. Is that the last games that are going on now, or do we know? Or?
I think they're just waiting. Let's just have a look at.
Is there another session this evening, or?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there would be. I mean, it might not be. It might be that they're just going to just hold things back for the final to let people watch. I would have thought. I don't know how far they played down. I know they could be trying to catch up. Let's just have a look at where we are in the. Just got the draw up.
So Josh has just got this.
Yeah, there's one more session actually at 9:30. Funnily enough, they're just about to call the games, which is why the tables are empty.
Oh, okay,
So
makes sense.
You'll hear them start calling the games in 2 minutes. There's one more session tonight, which is the last 32.
Meanwhile, Josh has got this straight red to middle, and this is 6-2. I mean, I'm not surprised that Josh is winning 6-2, but I'm surprised that it's not closer than we thought at the start of the match.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I'm kind of kicking myself because having seen the way Josh played yesterday against Tom, I think he was the obvious pick.
I seem to remember you saying something similar at the last event with Tom Cousins.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, I
when
did,
you,
yeah.
You saw his odds at 10-1 or something?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. Yeah, Josh just looks the...
can I ask you a favour at the next event? Whoever you like, can you just give me a little wink and I'll place a bet on there and pay for my tour fees for the year if that's all right with you.
But definitely missed a trick, because the way he played against Tom, he was obviously playing well, obviously cueing the ball well, and you'd have probably still got a pretty decent price on him.
Yeah, should go with your hunch next time.
Yeah.
Right, massive
But
break for Scott now.
he's not won it yet.
No, absolutely
And
not.
he's still got a final to play, even if he gets past Scott Gillespie. He's
Yeah, exactly that.
going to be playing either Callum Singleton or Arthur Dad.
And that's a brilliant break by Scott as well.
Let's check out the score.
He's got 2 or 3 awkward reds here. Might sway him to take yellows.
So Callum against Arthur, 3 frames each.
Okay. Pretty sure they went on the same. Did they go on the same time as this match as well? So
Yeah.
yeah, just shows how quick this game has been as well.
Yeah.
We've had 8 frames here. This frame's all about the red and black, Nick, that are married up at the middle of the table at the moment.
Yeah, the black doesn't go anywhere, does it? But it would only need a nudge.
I think it'll go bottom left once that red's been cleared, but do you want reds here? Because the red next to black's not great.
No.
Yeah, Scott's just sizing up here. I slightly favour yellows here, but Scott's in the semi-final and I'm not, so I think I might go with his better judgment on this.
I'll be honest, my instinct was with yellows as well. I know you've got the 2 this end of the table which are a problem, but if you land on one, you to the right corner, then you're probably going to get on the other one as well.
And a chance to nudge the black out as well afterwards. Has he gone yellows? Yeah,
He
looks
is.
that way, yep. Normally in this situation, you're trying to find a way to break out the black quite early, but the way the balls are situated, it might not be great. You might need to do it the very last yellow, like you just mentioned. Only because the transition from the breakout onto your next ball is going to be tricky otherwise. It's my friend Matt Cook in the background, watching on. Proudly wearing his Woking top.
Is that what it is? Woking?
Yeah, Woking fan. They lost today, so.
I'm Yeovil Town, so that would be the lots of sparring between Woking and Yeovil over the years.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll mention that to him later. He was saying to me before that Woking strangely have some weird rivals that are not close by, but you know they've had some meaty games over the years, and they don't get on well with. I mean, all the shots their most obvious neighbours. Do you get to Yeovil games at all, or
Not anymore. I used to. I mean, in fact, not for a decent number of years, to be honest. But I used to go to every game, home and away.
they were in the Football League for a long time, weren't they?
Yeah, well, climbed up to the heady heights of the First Division.
What, the old First Division or the?
No,
the one that's
I'm
now?
talking like I don't know, 5 years ago.
Oh, really?
The First Division as it is now. They got promoted from the what was the Conference or ISIS League or whatever name it goes by now, and went up to the third, the second, and into the First Division, and then abseiled all the way back down into anonymity.
Yeah.
In fact, they were playing Weymouth today. That's where they're at.
Nice day out for the fans, though.
Local rivals.
Let's work the angle here just to possibly run past the black to land on those 2 yellows on the bottom of the table into the bottom right. Again, if he brushes the black, it might not be that terrible. At least he'll free the black, and then even if he lands on the side rail, he'll have a shot on the yellows.
He's looking at it. That's a good shot.
That's a really good shot, yeah, clever.
And now he can control this as well. Just
He can hold this, can't he?
yeah, kill it off 2 rails.
No, he's missed it.
It's missed.
Bad contact, or just took his eye off it, or
No, I think a shake of the head there tells the story. I don't think he feels unfortunate there. I think it's just a missed ball. Probably just took his focus off the.
or sometimes you can maybe try and hold an angle that's not really there.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's what's happened there.
Dave McNamara, Gunther Hansen. Dave McNamara, Gunther Hansen, table 6.
To be fair, it's compliment to Josh, though, I think, of how well Josh has played, that Scott's made that error as well.
Really applied the pressure.
Yeah.
Shane Thompson. Tommy Lewis, Shane Thompson, table 8.
So I think the shot here, maybe, he might stun this up the top corner as we're looking, and maybe score across the table, somewhere close to the middle.
On table 10, Peter Maloney, Neil Toms.
Oh, of course, play the long plant. So obvious now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
On
perfect on
table
that.
11, Mark Russell, Dom Cooney. Mark Russell, Dom Cooney, table 11.
Dom Cooney's been called out. He won the Jason Owen at the last event.
Indeed.
On table 15, Rich Wharton, Gareth Hibbert. Rich Wharton, Gareth Hibbert, table 15. On table 16,
And,
Lee Howitt, Mike Larkins. Lee Howitt, Mike Larkins, table
So the last
16. On table 17,
3 events we've played, we had to defer the final until the Sunday because the time kind of got away from us, and we would have been playing a final about midnight, or starting the final around about midnight, which isn't always ideal. But this time I think we're going to see the final tonight, and I think that'll suit Josh. He won't want to sleep on this, will he?
Oh, hang on. Where's his finishing?
Oh,
no. Well,
anyway.
to be fair, yes, obviously, anyway, but if he's not touching, he can still play this. Obviously, in world rules, there's no push shot if you play at a certain pace, but if that's touching and he's not on the one, unbelievable, wasn't it? Of all the places to finish.
I don't think it's straight either, is it?
It's just off straight.
Yeah.
In which case, you'd have to sort of play it away.
Yeah.
You'd have to squeeze it, wouldn't you?
He's fuming.
If it's not touching, he's still got a shot, though.
Let's look at it cushion first.
Wow. Do you think it's touching ball, then?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, even if there was just a couple of millimetres between them, it's one that you might be able to make. But, yeah, I feel it.
I'm not trying to get all dramatic here, but you never know. A little twist like this, 6-3, all of a sudden,
Definitely.
6-4.
Definitely.
He's swerving round, so he can't be touching. I don't think he'd be playing the swerve, would he, if he's touching ball in case he moves it? He's laughing, isn't he? Doesn't like it. Okay, Nicky's got. Sorry, I was about to say he's going for the swerve, and now he's decided not to again. If he gets this shot off the cushion, I mean, for me it's odds against, but if he gets this, then I think his name's written on this title this weekend. Yeah, it's a tough one. I think it's also hard to focus on that because you're disappointed, aren't you, with where you've landed previous. Scott's break next, I believe. I think Josh won the
It
leg,
is.
didn't he, at the start?
Yeah.
Yep, perfect placement. I mean, obviously not panic stations for Josh by any means, but if it gets back to 6-4, 6-5, then...
Yeah, he will be annoyed.
Yeah.
For sure. He'll know that. I mean, literally. I mean, I was in the throes of performing last rites on the match. To be honest, it was.
Yeah.
It was all but done in my mind.
It wasn't a terrible shot. It was just overrun by what, 2 or 3 mil?
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. But it's amazing how the game plays out. There's always a twist in the tail.
Yep.
I wonder. Well, I have to say, I was with you. I thought it was Scott's break, but it's not. It's Josh's. So,
Okay.
important one coming up here. Let's have a look. Great timing.
These reds look very good.
The Reds do, yeah.
I think he's going to go red to the bottom right hand corner. Bottom left, as we're going to be seeing now.
I heard him nominate.
Also, a great opportunity for him to forget what happened in the last frame as well. If he takes these out, that will be a decent memory, won't it?
Yeah.
This is just a gentle little run through, isn't it? Yep, nice stun back, perfect.
Callum Singleton 4-3 up now on our fan.
Still a chance of a all Leicester final then? Well, I say all Leicester. I'm not sure they live in Leicester now, but they've always certainly played for Leicester A.
Oh, he's missed.
Wow. Wow. Hold the front page.
Hard to fathom sometimes what this game does to the mind. I mean,
Sometimes it's just fatigue, isn't it? They've obviously been playing since, 9 this morning?
yeah. Yeah, it
Not
has,
just in
it
this
has been a long day. It is a long time to hold your concentration, but that's sometimes what makes a difference. But from moments ago, when he's on a clearance and you think it's all but over, to now
All of
missing a
sudden.
ball. And even though this,
I mean, Scott will feel like he's got a free go at this now, hasn't he?
yeah, I was about to say, even though it's a bit of a smelly chance, it's the kind of thing that he would take.
In his mind, this frame was gone, wasn't it? So
Yep.
I think he might be able to stun this into the left middle and then possibly play the yellow that's next to the black next into the bottom left-hand corner, and maybe even drift over for the one that's on this bottom rail after. Because obviously the one on the bottom rail was his worst yellow by a long shot out of all these, but I kind of feel like he might get these as well, you know, because of the way the way it's going.
Yeah, me too.
Seem to be seeing more and more players wearing the glove now, Nick, as well. Have you noticed that?
Oh, the Scottish players. I mean, there's a smattering of English players as well, but when you look around the Scottish scene,
Dunster wears one, doesn't he?
yeah, Mark Boyle wears one. There's a number. Gio Edgar, he wears one. There's a number of the Scots.
I've always associated wearing the glove because your hands get sweaty and the conditions are. With the greatest respect, these guys come from Scotland.
Yeah,
So
pretty balmy up
is
there.
that global warming? I've never actually tried one. I've never seen what it feels like. I know a couple of my pool playing colleagues have tried it, and they just don't feel the feeling there
Yeah.
as such. But I don't know.
No, I've never
There's got to be
tried.
something in it.
If I turned up at my local club wearing one of those, then I'd never live it down.
Yeah, there's a guy in our area that we just refer to as the glove.
Yeah,
So,
we've got
yeah.
a few of them.
I don't think I want to do that now myself. Yeah.
Paul Bolston, who plays down in Plymouth with Jez Graham and Darren McVicker and all that crew, he's the glove. There's a few, yeah. It's amazing that between the games, that if you're in America, you're unusual if you're not wearing a glove, but
Yeah.
when you wear one over here, you kind of,
A bit of a stigma attached, isn't there?
yeah, it's
over
weird.
here? So he's got the perfect angle now to pop this in the top right and stun down for the one that's on the bottom rail.
Yeah.
The only thing that can go wrong, and to say I'm not expecting him to do this, is to just maybe over punch it and come down and pot the red. But
Yeah.
I don't think he's fine.
It crossed my mind, but I don't think he's gonna flirt with that. He'll leave it shorter rather than longer.
And do you know what? How good is that cue ball?
Brilliant.
The perfect angle, perfect pace. This worm's starting to turn, I think, Nick, in this game.
It is strange. Josh looked for the world that he was cruising to victory.
Just two not terrible shots, but just wayward a little bit from where he was.
Yeah.
How he was playing previous. Well, that certainly wiped his feet, but it's found its way in.
Well,
All of a sudden, yeah.
6-4, and he has the break. Can find a break and dish. 6-5.
I wonder where that expression came from. The
The
dish.
Yeah,
I mean, it's stuck now, isn't it?
I'm yet to find anyone. I mean, there's certain people that really don't like it. I know that Mick Hill's one. He doesn't like when commentators say dish or rails. They're not
Right.
rails. It doesn't like the black because it's the 8 ball.
8 ball, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of players that are quite particular about things like that. I do try, but I find myself falling into saying it.
But you've got your 9 ball background. You enjoy your 9 ball, don't you? So
I do,
I've heard
yeah.
you talk about that before.
Yeah.
I've not heard you say English or...
No. No, never. But no, I still don't know where.
dish comes from. Yeah.
I can only imagine it's like you clear your dish for your dinner.
One of the ones I do like is when someone breaks off and they've got an easy finish and they're called Mary drop-ins or Mary pop-ins or...
Mary Ploppins.
Plop-ins, sorry, plop-ins, yeah.
Yeah, Mary's.
Yeah, I like that, yeah.
Yeah, either plops or Mary's.
See some round 4 matches there. Those are first to 5 now, I believe.
Yeah.
Leo Fernandez there, one up against Chris Mellin. Ex-snooker pro, I believe, Leo Fernandez.
Another one's, I guess that's probably an Americanism as well, break and run.
Yeah, break and run and on the hill, or hill,
Yeah.
those expressions. Guessing both guys taking a comfort break here.
Yeah,
have they,
sorry,
or-
should have probably
Oh, there we
explained
go.
that. Yeah. Josh took a comfort break and I think Scott followed him out.
Right inside there, we've got Eddie Barker, Matt Cook, and Joe Sison watching on. Jasper Simmons in the background, just behind Josh.
Am I right? Because Joe's obviously originally from Northeast, judging by his accent, but I think he's living closer towards London now, is he?
Yeah, he's round our way now. He's Reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've sort of, well, I say, Joe sort of joined our sort of area of playing pool around, with us and stuff, and yeah, he's a good lad. Apart from when you want to go home on the Sunday and Joe's still out somewhere on the Sunday morning, but luckily this weekend he's travelling back to see family after the weekend, so we haven't got to wait for him.
I think that was a timely break there for Josh, just to take a bathroom break and maybe reset, just get those errors out of his mind and clear his thoughts.
So we're 6-4 now, aren't we?
Yeah. Big frame this one. Well, goes without saying.
Watch this cue ball jump. Not this time. Excuse me. Didn't seem like a cleans of contacts, but still managed to find 2 balls.
Yeah, and
Issue straight away though with that over that corner there.
he's potted one of each, so
He has. The trouble is, he would like to be on reds, but he might have to call a total snooker to hit a red with his first shot to stay on reds.
yeah.
Which is unusual. It's very rare to actually for that to happen. Now, obviously, Scott from predominantly a black ball background would simply just play the yellow onto red, wouldn't he?
Yes. Yeah,
With
because
his
this
first
would
shot.
still be an open table.
Because it's the next ball you pot that he would be on. So interesting to see if he can work this out. Because if he wants reds, he'd have to call total first and then come off the cushion and try and hit one of the reds in the bulk area. Another option, of course, is to nominate reds, and he could just trick it up to the yellow and just bump the red over the pocket and give 2 shots away on yellows.
Yeah.
Strange shot, I've never seen that before, but something different.
Yeah, open your account with a deliberate foul.
Yeah.
He's clarifying the rules.
Oh, was he asking Josh there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe he was just asking maybe he was just saying it was total. Nominating reds, but saying total snooker, perhaps?
Yeah,
I think they're laughing away because
he's definitely
Scott's
asked,
not quite sure, is he?
Well, he's definitely asked the rule,
Yeah.
and Josh clarified, and he's like, he didn't like the answer, so he's like, "You sure?" So I think he asked, "Can I open with a plant or something along those lines?"
They're still laughing now, look.
And he's just confirming it. He's just confirming it with the.
It's good to see in this under this pressure, isn't it? They're having a laugh.
Yeah. It shows really good sportsmanship between the two players.
Okay, so we think he's confirmed total when he's nominated reds.
Yeah.
Correct?
So, one difficult ball.
Yeah, and the trouble is, Nick, he hasn't got a yellow to play off of the red to open the pocket up either.
No, because he needs to attack it from the right side.
Yeah.
I mean, he could use.
Actually, I think he had. Well, I'll say I've worked it out. I've not worked it out, but as we're looking, the 2 yellows in the bulk area at the moment, if he was to pot the one on the bottom rail first, then he could use the one below that to play the big pocket off the red. But getting there is a different matter, isn't it? In fact, he's having to play that one straight away. I mean, this indicates to me that he's only looking to break it out at some point then.
I think he's looking at the line now.
What, to pot the yellow in the top corner and bring it? Wow, that's a
It's ambitious.
It is.
But I think that's exactly what he's looking at. And the problem is if he doesn't land on the yellow that he's getting out, his options are going to be limited.
Yep, you're spot on.
He's looking again.
At it now, yeah.
This is
fraught with danger for me, I think.
Yeah, it is low tariff. I mean, it's a hard enough pot, but to try and get down there, and what happens if he doesn't land on the ball? If he kills the cue ball towards that bottom cushion, then he could be on absolutely nothing. But maybe it's a risk he's willing to take. He just thinks, let's go for it now.
Fair play, what a shot he's played there. And if he hasn't landed on something potting wise after that shot, he's been desperate and lucky, because the pace he's played it, he's given it the chance to bring it out.
Yeah.
That was so good, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
does that go to the middle?
I don't think it does. I mean, it was exactly what I was saying. If the cue ball stays on that bottom cushion, I'm not sure he's going to have a shot, and that's exactly what's happened.
I think it must go, because it doesn't go past the red, so I think it must go to the middle.
Must. Oh, it did. Oh, well, it did, but...
And the crowd both of us went, at the same time. Looked in, didn't it, when he struck it?
Oh, these chances keep getting away from him.
Yeah.
And I think from a position of absolute domination and confidence, and now he's just suddenly looking over his shoulder thinking, hang on a minute.
Well, also, I mean, Scott's confidence is going to grow, isn't it? Of course it is. I mean, I think possibly Scott was looking at an 8-2 deficit at one stage, wasn't he, the way the match was going, and all of a sudden we could be looking at 6 each if he takes these out and then takes the next frame. It appears the black goes into the bottom left as well, so I can't really see a problem here for Scott, can you?
No, not at all. This is 6-5. His confidence will just be growing and growing.
Yeah.
And every time he pots a ball, it's just another dent in Josh's. I think as momentum shifts go, this is absolutely huge.
I think sometimes as well, as much as we try to be nice guys or we play pool and stuff, when you're out there and your opponent's made a mistake, you really do want to punish them. You kind of want to put that sort of compound that mistake, so to speak.
Yeah.
He'll be ultra determined to make sure that he punishes Josh for these mistakes that he's made. As we can see there from that angle, that red's quite comfortable into the middle pocket as well, isn't it? Next shot.
Mm-hmm. Half and Dad now 6-4 up against Callum Singleton. He was 4-3 down.
Turn around.
1-3 on the bounce. So the same scoreline reflected in both matches.
It's been quite crazy sort of set of results this year. So we had obviously the first tour event of the season, the UK tour event. Sorry, the World Rules Pool Tour event. Sean Story reached both finals. Yep. Then you had, was it Arfan Dad got to the final of both IPA events?
He did, yeah.
Then we had Jack Whelan winning
both,
which
London,
which I don't think will ever be done again. And then of course you had Shane winning both events on the Ultimate. I mean, These things happen once in 4 or 5 years, and they happen four times. Absolutely crazy.
You've got some money coming your way. Tom Cousins, Matt Brearley, Jake Newlove, Carl Sutton, Greg Batten, Jordan Green, Gaz Royds, Daniel Singh, Joe Sison, Daniel Bishop, Chris Gifford, Adam Tom, Scott Gillespie, Sean
I'm not sure if any of these 4 guys are still batting in the Jason Owing Open at all, are they? Or chance for a double again this weekend? Sorry to put you on the spot like that, but I'm not.
I think Scott definitely isn't. He was beaten by Neil Toms.
Okay.
I think Callum is. Callum may be the only one, but I will double check that.
So Josh makes a ball on the break.
Should be quite easy to see. So
Quick inspection is looking like he's probably going to forced to take yellows.
yeah, so Callum is still due to play his 3rd round match against Phil Harrison.
Okay.
Oh, and Arfin is still to play his 3rd round match against Martin Wood. So
okay, so
both
potentially
Arfin
we could have another
both Arfin
double
and
opportunity.
Aaron Davis awaits the winner of Callum Singleton, Phil Harrison. So Ian Davenport awaits the winner of the Arfin Dad Martin Wood game.
I mean, I think what Jack did at London would take a lot of beating. I mean, that was 2 fields of 256 more or less, wasn't it? That he's come through.
It was
incredible.
phenomenal. And when I interviewed him and mentioned that, was after Shane had won his, and he said that he felt that Shane's achievement was bigger.
Wow, fair enough to say that.
I mean, it's mind blowing. I don't. Yeah, I really don't. I don't know how. I know that the UP Tour is packed with talent, but just 32 players. I mean, Jack that weekend, I think I worked it out.
Well, it's 16 matches, isn't it? It's 8 matches in each to win, isn't it?
Yeah, 16 matches.
Incredible. I thought it was really nice as well what he said in the interview after he'd beaten Clint in the final, and he apologised that he did the fist pump, and the fist pump was nothing to do with anything apart from the fact that he'd done a perfect match. In other words, he hadn't missed a ball in the whole game.
Yeah.
And he, right in saying he said he'd never done that before. Was that right? Or I'll tell you what, that might have finished on the worst place on the pool table that you could ever finish. You know, when the ball is stuck just before the jaw, you can't double it. It's horrible down the rail. Can you just drop this in?
He thinks he can. Yeah.
Yes. So red to bottom right, red to middle, black to bottom right, and he's going to be one away.
To stop the rot. Scott Gillespie breaking in frame 13. took a little bit of pace compared to how he's been hitting them throughout the match. Took a tiny bit of pace out of that one just to make sure that he got the control. But it's gone dry. And although both sets have a ball that's a problem, I think I like him for this. Yellows. I think he's put that little hiccup behind him now, and getting onto the hill was a huge frame for him, and he just needs to recompose and focus. He's got one tricky little shot, one ball that's tied up, and he has the perfect angle to get it out now, and doesn't have to do a massive amount. He can just punch the cue ball in between the yellow and the yellow and the red. I think they come out, he develops them. Well, he's not going to play it yet. Thought he had the perfect angle, but yeah, actually, this looks great. Is he leaving it? Does it go? Does it pop through the gap? Maybe he doesn't need to move it, you know. It's just dawned on me that actually I think it just pops through the gap. Well, there you go. I mean, I was thinking from the angle we were at, I thought that he was going to have to develop it, but it just pots. I think that fooled us all. Well, maybe not you guys. You're probably screaming at the screen saying it flies through the gap. But from the angle at the bottom of the table, it just looked like he had to develop it. So he needs to cue one more good one. Don't decelerate. Lovely. Probably just going to top through the gap. No, he just stunned it to leave the black in the left centre. What a performance from Josh Kane. Just a little hiccup in the middle, but ultimately he's come through it anyway. That really is solid stuff. Scott Gillespie showing what a warrior he is. Not in his best form, but still making a semi-final of a prestigious event. And you see a fist pump from Josh Kane and what that means to him. He's in the final. We're going to go and catch some words and thoughts from him over in the interview room. Please do join us there. I got to say, I thought you were going to cruise that, but then a little bit of a hiccup in the middle, and all of a sudden the pressure's right back on you. Tell us your thoughts.
I felt great all the way through, even though I've landed touching on my I've landed up on that ball at 6-2 to go 7-2. Then the next frame I've missed a ball hampered, and I think the frame after that I've missed another ball in the middle. And I just said, just keep your head on. I know I'm playing well. Yeah. If I get the chance, just take it, and luckily I did. So.
I mean, how do you get through that mentally? Because are you sat there thinking to yourself, I've really missed a big opportunity here? Are you starting to feel the pressure, or are you just relying on the fact you know you're hitting a good cue ball?
Obviously, you're feeling pressure from the start, and of course, I'm sorry, you wouldn't be human if you're not sat in the chair thinking I've just ballsed up a great chance to go on the hill, and 7-2 up, it's pretty much match over, isn't it? But I still felt great. I just said, if you balls your chances up from again, then you've just blown it for yourself. So just take your chances. When you get to the table, I just try to keep my head really.
There was a kind of that moment where I think you made a clearance to go on the hill, and you just seemed to have kind of put that all behind you. Then you were striking the ball with confidence again. And
I've always been a very confident and believe in myself massively. And I know I'm playing well, and I think my result yesterday against Tom gave me massive confidence. And I'm just seeing the finishes, I'm seeing the patterns really well, and I'm just playing with so much confidence at the moment. Hopefully, I can take it into the final.
Form player of the weekend for me, and kicking myself because after I watched you play Tom yesterday, I should have been straight over and having a little fiver on you, I reckon, because absolute. I mean, it's just a pleasure to watch, and some of the best pool I think I've ever seen you play, and some of the best pool I've seen for a long time.
Appreciate it.
So really impressive. One more big push to go there. I mean, it's never over till it's over.
No, it's never over.
We've still got a big game. So Arthur Dad, Callum Singleton. Arthur's currently on the hill at 7-5, so it could be him unless Callum can make a fight back. Would you prefer to play Callum? Because I know you're good mates with him, aren't you?
I don't know. I don't mind really. I don't mind who I play, but I'm really good mates with Callum. We've gone through like the junior ranks and under 23 ranks together, and he's one of my really good mates. But I'm not fussed. I don't mind who I get in the final.
Doesn't matter. Best of luck in the final. We'll see you there.
Just a quick shout out to my mum and dad in Greece watching.
Brilliant, well done, mate.
Cheers.
Phil Harrison, top table. Phil Harrison, Martin Wood, top table. Martin Wood, Phil Harrison. Gary, you wrap table 15, please.
I'm not on yet, am I? I'm not on yet, am I? I'm just getting this ready.